Hello and good afternoon. My name is Sandra Morales, and I proudly serve as the Executive Director at House of Neighborly Service. I would like to welcome you to our first session of our series of Platicas, conversations we want to have with you about our organization, our history, our programs and services, our people, and our plans for the future. Our mission at House of Neighborly Service is to provide opportunities that encourage, educate, and empower the families of our Westside community. We are a community where basic needs are met, where dreams and hopes are nurtured, and where neighborly support is a way of life. Situated right in the middle of San Antonio's original West Side, House of Neighborly Service is a neighborhood center that has seen countless of individuals of all ages walk through its doors for over 100 years. In 1917, we were founded by Presbyterian missionaries. We started out as the Austin Street Mission, which identified a need for education and provided the first kindergarten for the Mexican community on our west side of San Antonio. In 1929, the name was changed to what we now know as House of Neighborly Service. And in 1971, H&S legally became a nonprofit organization to better meet the changing needs of the community. Throughout its 100 years of existence, H&S has strived to serve its neighbors. Early programs were created to serve newly arrived immigrants, and they provided activities to help them learn English, to teach sewing skills to the women, prepare children for school, and to also teach young adults vocational skills to help them join the workforce. Through the years, our programs have changed and grown to accommodate those evolving needs. And we continue to be an important community resource because of the generous support of individuals, corporations, and foundations. The west side of San Antonio is the traditional heart of the city, particularly for our community of Hispanics. The vibrant culture, the rich history, and generations of tradition is what makes it special. However, 40% of area residents live 100% under the poverty rate. They face an average shorter lifespan, and they confront food insecurity and hunger daily. The challenges they face include high rates of teenage pregnancy, drug and alcohol abuse, domestic violence, child abuse and neglect, and low rates of high school graduation. However, the community is also resilient. In times of struggle and when faced with difficult challenges, our neighbors stand tall and work hard to try and overcome them. Our focus areas include food security, senior health, case management, child development, and family support. Our food pantry provides 50 food boxes twice a month to individuals, seniors, and families that reside in zip codes 78207, 78228, and 78237. And in some cases, emergency food boxes are provided to those who are in dire need of food. Our senior health program, we had so many plans pre-COVID. We had scheduled presenters to inform our seniors about chronic illness, healthy eating, financial literacy, as well as other informative topics. We were providing Zumba, chair yoga, arts and crafts that were followed by home cooked meals 4 days out of the week by two wonderful cooks, not to mention. And then followed then by loteria, which is Mexican bingo, which is loved by our seniors. Under our child development, we have two components. We have our on-site child development center, which enrolls children from 18 months up to 5 years of age. We look to improve their social, emotional, physical, and intellectual development, and we want to prepare them for school. Under our after-school program, which is Peace Pals, we inherited that service this year. So we provide homework assistance, daily activities that promote that support academic achievement and overall development. And we also provide them with a light home cooked meal as well. Under family support, we have a respite component that also ties into our child development center. And we have about 5 to 6 slots that are reserved for families and children that qualify. And it's typically for parents who are experiencing high levels of stress and or depression and are also living in toxic environments. We also partner with other organizations to help fill the needs gap. With the help of our community health workers, which provide case management to our seniors and families, they help with additional resources and are fabulous. They not only refer clients out to other agencies, but they also walk them through the process and many times going above and beyond. It is wonderful to share our history and the impact of our programs. Right now, I would like to introduce to you Becky Alvarez, who is one of our board members and attended the kindergarten class at House of Neighborly Service when she was younger. Hello, Becky. Becky, are you there? You need to unmute yourself. Technology, you gotta love it. If you can just, I can see you, but I can't hear you, Becky. Okay. Can you put your volume louder? No. Okay, so we're experiencing some technical difficulties. Oh. Okay, we're working to see what we can help Becky there resolve her issue. So Josh, can we move forward to the next slide? Okay. So today, oh my goodness, amidst the COVID-19 pandemic, we were somewhat prepared, but we knew when it hit that we were determined not to stop any services. We were committed in continuing services. And we have a wonderful staff that jumped right in and helped with that. We are taking all safety precautions that have been recommended by the CDC and City of San Antonio to keep both our clients and our staff safe. We have purchased new technology to also assist. We are finding out digital divide is quite a problem right now with both our seniors and our after school program. So we have purchased tablets for our after school program to help with the schoolwork and with the assistance, and also for our seniors who up to this point have never relied on devices other than their cell phone to communicate with family, friends, and even us. So we've purchased those so we can teach them how to use those devices to their benefit. We have also purchased software such as Zoom to keep both our clients safe and our staff. And so we want to be able to communicate with those who are pretty informed about how to use it. And then we are also after we were providing for me my goodness, excuse me, we were providing meals 4 days out of the week to our seniors on site. And of course, as soon as the virus hit, we stopped all we stopped meals on site because we wanted to make sure that we kept our seniors safe. So we converted over to curbside pickup and to also deliver meals to the homes of those seniors who either were afraid to get out, um, were without transportation. And so we made it a little easier for them. And we started out with staff doing all the deliveries. But now, thanks to some wonderful volunteers who have stepped up, they have been able to take over that duty for us and that responsibility. And since the pandemic hit, or actually, I should say prior, beginning of the year, we were serving about 450 meals a month, and now we're up to 1,100. So we have seen quite an increase in that. Also, with our seniors, we were very concerned because so many would rely on coming to our site to, excuse me, because I get emotional, but they come to our site to socialize not only with their peers, but with us. And so, if you'll excuse me, so we miss having our seniors around, and we are concerned about the fact that they're isolated at times, and there's also the threat of depression because they're alone. So our staff makes wellness calls on them. So we check up on them to see how they're doing, see if they're in need of anything, and we try to find ways to help them with whatever they're requesting. Now, if it warrants a home visit, we have staff that go to the homes to ensure that they're okay. And so again, we take all safety precautions. We use face masks, gloves, and we make sure that we just, even if it's on the other side of the fence, we just want to see them and see that they're physically okay. And we've also partnered with the UT Health Science Center, and they're providing medical screenings or checkups with our seniors, either on site or in their homes if they feel more comfortable that way. And again, taking all precautions necessary. Our Child Development Center has operated from the very beginning of the pandemic, up to now, especially since we are caring for children of parents who are considered essential workers. Through our after school program, the focus was always on the child. However, now it's focused more on the family because so many of our families the parents have either lost employment, there's been a reduction of hours. So some of our families were facing struggles. So we were more of a support system for them, and we continue to be at this time. And then, of course, our community health workers providing case management as often as possible to families and seniors who are just in need of additional resources. Because prior to this, much of our community faced challenges on a day-to-day basis, and it seems like that has escalated during this pandemic. We have been fortunate enough to receive funding to provide hygiene and cleaning supplies to both our families and seniors. And so that's been a real big help, especially for our seniors who were either out of fear, were afraid to venture into the stores and venture out, or found it difficult to find some of these products, but we were able to do that for them. We also partnered with organizations to help provide emergency financial relief in the form of money and or gift cards. And so again, none of this would be possible if it wasn't for the generosity of individual donors, foundations, corporations, and volunteers. Because it is their time, talent, and treasure that have helped us achieve all that we are doing this day. So where are we going? What does the next 100 years look like at this point? Well, we have to begin with our building. Our original and current building was completed in 1929, making it over 90 years old, and it is in dire need of renovations. So, but an interesting fact, Harvey P. Smith, who is well known for restoring the San Antonio missions, was one of the architects who helped design our building. So we take pride in that. And so at this time, I would like to quickly introduce Melissa Bauman, who is the Executive Director and COO of the Najam Family Foundation. She'll be speaking in a bit as far as their participation in our campaign. And right now with our capital campaign, we have raised 84% of our goal. So we're getting there and we are excited about it. And we're hoping to start construction this coming fall. Now, what does this construction mean? It's bringing our facility into the digital age, utility upgrades. We're creating an intervention room for our children to receive additional services. We are expanding our pantry and including a walk-in cooler that we have been dreaming of for years. And so we'll be able to provide perishable food items such as milk, eggs, poultry, beef, things that we were very limited on before. We're going to expand our kitchen area, which would make it more efficient and effective, because if you've ever seen our kitchen, you would be amazed at the work that has come out of that kitchen. So I can only imagine what work our wonderful cooks will create once we have that extraordinary kitchen, which you see pictured on your left. What will this impact have on everyone involved? It means more meals for our seniors, more capacity, physical capacity to take in more children into our childcare area, which will also, the classroom will be bigger in size, which will expand the type of activities that will take place in there. And the office space will also allow staff to better engage with our clients. And this will all prepare us for the next 100 years of service. And again, all this would not be possible if it wasn't for individual donors and foundations. So at this time, I would like to thank Melissa for joining us today.
Thank you, Sandra, for having me.
Hi, Melissa.
Hi.
So I have a few questions, if you wouldn't mind answering for us. Why is it important to support a capital campaign such as ours, and why are they transformative for the community?
Well, as a foundation, running it, capital campaigns are really important, not only for foundations to support, but for our community, because we feel that they increase public awareness. They certainly strengthen the organization's infrastructure, and they also have a potential to increase volunteer involvement. So the reason that we feel that it's important to support a capital campaign, not only because it will strengthen your organization structure, but it also provides the organization the ability to increase programs and services that are vital to our community, which allows you all to serve more children. And our focus is, children. Early on, the foundation used to support many capital campaigns, but as our needs of the foundation have grown, the foundation no longer provides support for capital. Although that being said, Harvey and I still review and we consider a few capital campaigns on occasion throughout the year request. And if we feel that they're warranted and they have good background and it's a good business model to grow the organization, and if we decide to fund it, we fund it through what Harvey's Donor Advised Fund that's located at the San Antonio Area Foundation.
So Mr. Najam, as you know, is an important supporter of our work, especially the programs that support children. What motivates him to invest in the nonprofits of our community?
With that, thank you for that question. And I did some thinking about this. Harvey, having started Serious Computer Solutions back in 1980 with the cardboard table a phone and a computer. He grew it to it's over a few $billion business. It's a very successful business, and he ran it for many years before he retired in 2015. And during that time, he was given a book called Halftime by Bob Buford. And after reading the book, he gave it much thought, and he decided, for the second half of his life, the first half he was a businessman and very successful businessman. So for the second half of his life, he wanted to make a difference in the lives of children who were less fortunate. So in 2006, I know many people know the story behind this, but I kind of wanted to put some background for those who did not. He decided to start his family foundation. And the family foundation, when we first started, it was to help children with food, shelter, clothing, medical treatment, development disabilities, homelessness, child abuse, foster care, and education. Since then, just recently, we've changed the name to the Harvey E. Najum Charitable Foundation. And we added a few additional funding opportunities, funding priorities, sorry. Mental health, and for education, we added early childhood, K through 12, and we've also added a post K through 12 scholarship, which is administered through the San Antonio Area Foundation. With all that, through Harvey's giving, through the foundation, through his donor advice fund, he's motivated each day making sure that children and families who need service are receiving them. He strongly feels that every child should have the same opportunities as all of our children have. So he's driven each day by that.
So one last question. Is there anything exciting about this project that you want to share?
Well, I know when you and Susan approached us with the capital campaign, and I know Harvey has visited House of Neighborly Service. Myself and one of his daughters visited many years ago, and just the mission it touches our heart. The work that you do with the children and the families really touched us. And when you brought the capital campaign to us and we saw the education classrooms, education is very big on our funding priority. We feel that education is the most important gift that you can provide a child. And so, right when we saw education classrooms, we felt that we wanted to be a part of it. And the great work you're doing, we just needed to be part of the campaign and the growth that you all are having.
Well, we would like to thank you and Harvey for all your support, and especially Harvey that he's chosen House of Neighborly Service to share his generosity with. We truly appreciate it, and as well as the children that we have here. And we're hoping to have a groundbreaking in the fall. Again, we don't know what's going to happen at this point, but we hope to see you either in person or virtually for that. And we thank you for taking time out of your busy day to join us.
Well, thank you. I wanted to leave you all with one quote, which is one of Harvey's favorite quotes, and I'm not sure if you've heard it, but I think it's very fitting for this occasion. It's a quote by Nelson Mandela. It's, "Education is the most powerful weapon that you can use to change the world." And I think that's very fitting for what you all are doing.
Thank you, Melissa, for sharing that.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
You take care and stay safe.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So we're trying to get our board member, Becky Alvarez, back on here. So if you will just be patient for a second or two.
Hello.
Hi, Becky. We can
There we
hear
are.
you.
Hi.
Hi. Thank you for joining us today.
All righty. Yes,
So
glad to be here.
So, Josh, can you put the pictures back of Becky's? Yes. Time here with us at HNS. So, Becky, I have a few questions for you. How did you end up at House of Neighborly Service?
Because I was a pre-K dropout, actually. I was at another daycare center, and I had an unfortunate experience over there when they punished me and they put me in the corner, and I cried, and I didn't want to go back. And so my aunt heard about HNS, and that's why I ended up going over to HNS instead, and I was home. It was the best place that I could have gone to.
How helpful was it to you?
Well, I look back, I'm a retired teacher, and I look back at my first experience at HNS after my vaccinations, which were when I was a baby. But when I was in I went to their pre-K program and their kinder program. They were half-day programs. So when I started school, I had to go for a little interview with my principal, the lady that was going to be my principal, and my aunt sat down with her and they were talking. And I think what really helped me get into one of the best classes in first grade over there at Crockett Elementary was because the principal heard that I had gone to HNS kindergarten. That was the first big impact that I think HNS had on my educational career. That they knew that I had quality education there at HNS with the teacher, Miss Callahan. So looking back as a professional, I think that was one of the key things that helped me on my path in education.
That's great. What are some of your best memories?
Right over my shoulder, if you see this triangle back here, this banner, pennant that I have, that is my day camp banner. I still have. Every year in the summer, you would attend HNS and you would learn a different subject like camping, hiking, science, animal life, plant life. Every year, first aid. I still remember all the subjects. Every year we had wonderful experiences and field trips and activities from first grade through sixth grade. That's after my fantastic time in kindergarten. So it was from kindergarten all the way through elementary school. And then my first job was even at HNS through the old Sanyo program. That was my first employment when I was 15.
Wow.
So all of those things put together, plus all the ladies that worked at HNS, all the men worked at HNS, they were wonderful people. And so those were some of the best memories that I have of my childhood were kindergarten years and day camp summers and the school year after school clubs that we had and just wonderful, wonderful times. So
What great memories.
It made a big impact on my life.
So
they are.
That was my next question. What kind of impact did HNS have on you?
Well, I was talking with another friend of mine who we've been friends since we were in kindergarten together, and we were both saying how we learned so much us outside of the school setting. We learned so many subjects, and we were laughing about it because we said we were like early conservationists. Because whenever Miss Cook would take us camping, we were always taught you leave a campsite cleaner than when it was when you got there. So many little things like that. We had socialization skills, learning how to get along, having respect for yourself. Those were just wonderful things that have stayed with me all my life, and that was the impact that HNS had on my life.
So now as a board member today, what are your dreams for HNS?
I would love to see HNS have a wonderful place to continue another 100 years. I would love to see HNS's programs expand and more services for our community that so appreciates what we do there. I volunteer at for the little thrift store that we had going there, and all the people that come there, they're very, very appreciative, and they tell us, they say, we like to come here. because this is a place that we know that we are loved. We go to other places and there isn't another place like this. So I would love for us to be able to have that impact on more people and widen our services in other ways. And Sandra, you've been very good about uh, leading us into that future. We've got a good start right now. And I've just admired the way that you have, and Susan and Josh and all the staff, Elsa, all the folks that are working in our community, that you all are finding different ways, and it's through your leadership. You're finding different ways to serve our community, but I want to see more of that we have a good place for us to continue another 100 years.
Well, thank you, Becky. And thank you for sharing those memories with us and the impact that our organization had on you and your life. And we thank you for your service as a board member and for all your support.
Well, thank you. Way of giving back to the place that was like my second home growing up. So it's with all my love and appreciation for what HNS has done for me. And I'm very thankful for that. HNS, thank you.
Thanks. So it's difficult to compress over 100 years into 30 minutes. But we just wanted to give you a glimpse of our organization and the people we serve and the things that we do here, and just the fact that our community means a lot to us, to the staff, to our board. This place, like Becky said, is a second home to many, and it's a joy to work here. And I think I can speak for most of us here, for all of us really, because we love what we do and we love the community that we're in. And if you would like to stay informed, please follow us on Facebook or sign up for our electronic newsletters on our website, which is listed right there on the bottom of the screen. And please join us for our next Platica that is scheduled for Thursday, September 10th. We'll discuss the impact of COVID-19 on our community. If you will please invite friends and family who would like to know more about HNS, please invite them, and they can register again on our website. We will also, in the future Platicas that we have planned, we will also delve more into our programming to let you know exactly what it is we're doing in each program area. Again, I want to thank everyone for joining us here today and taking time out of your busy schedules to join us and to learn more about HNS. We're grateful for all contributions we have currently received. And if you have not had the opportunity, please consider making a gift. We would like to help you make a difference in the lives of our Westside community. We hope you will join us in 2 weeks. Please stay safe and take care.